Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. For the record, my name is Jordan Redmond, representing District 3 in Kootenai County. House Bill 1285 comes to us from a constituent up north that in the interim had passed her real estate exam. She was of age. However, she was homeschooled, and currently the Real Estate Board does not recognize homeschool as an approved education. And so Senator Taves drafted this. I was involved in it. And at first we had looked at probably just looking at the real estate licensure. However, we did find several other licenses that also do not recognize alternative schools, non-public schools as accreditation. So what Senate Bill 1285 does is it creates a statewide policy that high school diplomas of any non-public school, think private, religious, homeschooled, is fully equivalent to an accredited public high school diploma, standard diploma, or a GED for every occupational or professional license in Idaho. It eliminates the outdated accredited high school only barrier that exists in many license chapters. It creates fairness and parental choice for Idaho families who choose non-public education to not be penalized when their graduate applies for a professional license, and the bill levels the playing field. It doesn't add any new requirements. Non-public school graduates still must meet every other qualification: age, exam, background check, training hours. It only fixes the high school diploma hurdle that we currently have. It supports Idaho's economy. It removes unnecessary barriers for young people entering high-demand fields such as healthcare, real estate, trades, cosmetology. Sometimes that can be a buzzword in this committee, but and I was actually homeschooled myself. I don't know if I need to declare Rule 80, but and I was able to. I don't know if I did.
Your possible declaration will be noted.
Thank you. Yeah, and I do have 6 homeschooled children, which are not of age to look at careers yet. But I do believe this does level the playing field. I was able to get an insurance license because I did go get a GED. However, this would remove that barrier. I mean, they could still get a GED, but it just removes the barrier that we currently have in those 17 other licenses. It simply says if you've earned a high school diploma in Idaho, you've learned a high school diploma, whether at public, private, or homeschools. And so I would ask for your due pass recommendation, committee, and let Idaho families know that their education choice will not block their child's career choices. This did pass the Senate 31-1 with 3 absent and excused. The one that voted no, I reached out to her, but I have not got a call back quite yet.
Okay, committee, we have Senate Bill 1285 as amended properly before us. Representative Harris.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair, for a comment and a motion.
Comment is in order and a motion is always in order.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Redmond, thank you for bringing this forward. You know, the last couple of years that I've been doing this here at the Capitol, I've learned a lot about homeschool and the amazing things that some of these kids are achieving and doing. And for us to have any type of barrier that prevents them from moving forward in their careers and their lives and wanting to be successful contributing members of society, I think it's wrong. So with this bill, I really appreciate you bringing it forward. And with that, I would move that we send Senate Bill 1285 as amended to the floor with a due pass.
Okay, committee, we do have a motion to send Senate Bill 1285 as amended to the floor with a due pass recommendation. I will note we do have some people signed up for public testimony. Representative Cheatham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Redmond, is there any mechanism for interstate recognition of this?
Chairman Redmond.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Representative Cheatham. You know, I guess I had not thought of interstate recognition. I mean, I think if you have reciprocity with your license currently in the state and you're able to obtain that DOPL license, then there would be reciprocity. I think the biggest hurdle is just getting that initial license currently with, again, so and many of our licenses already allow for it. It just was, you know, the 17 or so that did not.
Representative Birch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I've not had a chance to really thoroughly read the legislation. So if this answer is obvious, I apologize. When would the designation of this diploma, would it be in any way distinguished from a diploma achieved through public school system, like, you know, designated as a non-public school, you know, so that whoever's looking at that credential would recognize that we're different. It's not identical, that there maybe standards might have been different and things like that. Right? So if you can help me with that.
Representative Redmond.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Representative Birch. Yes, so the designation is a non-public school, right? So you can think of private, homeschool, you can think of these different accreditations, but it would be non-public school, whereas these licenses had public school. And so essentially, we're just opening it up so that children of non-public schools can get the same accreditation.
Follow up?
No, maybe I didn't ask the question right. Is that if, or if I didn't understand the answer. So if someone was to achieve this non-public school diploma, would the actual certificate, document, attesting to that be labeled as such, that this was a non-public school or some other official designation other than something that might otherwise be mistaken as a diploma achieved through the public school system?
Chairman Redmond.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Representative Birch. Yes, they are separate and they do have distinction.
Thank you.
Okay, committee, I don't see any other questions, so we'll let Chairman Redmond take a seat. And we have for public testimony in person here, Melissa Nash. Ms. Nash, if you'll introduce yourself for the record, you'll have 2 minutes to testify.
Thank you, Chairman Wheeler and members of the committee. My name is Melissa Nash, and I'm here today representing Homeschool Idaho. We're the largest homeschooling organization in the state. We're here today on behalf of homeschooling families across Idaho to support this bill. The bill seeks to solve a long-standing issue concerning diploma recognition for non-public school students seeking licensure through various entities throughout the state, as Representative Redmond has discussed. For years, Homeschool Idaho has received phone calls and emails from Idaho homeschooling families and graduates themselves seeking help in getting these licensing entities to recognize their children or their own legally issued homeschool diploma. Unfortunately, the way these entities currently operate is that they require homeschool graduates to obtain a GED as an acceptable proof of high school completion, completely invalidating the student's legal parental issued diploma. So we applaud Senator Taves and Representative Redmond for seeking a correction to this issue and ask that the committee vote in favor of the bill. And I just quickly want to address what Representative Cheatham asked, which is that originally the way that this bill was written, Senator Taves had specified Idaho homeschoolers in the bill, and we specifically asked him to remove that so that it would cross, if you moved into the state with a homeschool diploma, that would also be recognized, not just an Idaho homeschool diploma would be recognized, but interstate would be recognized as well. Thank you, Chairman Wheeler and members of the committee.
Thank you, Ms. Nash. Committee, any questions for Ms. Nash? Okay, seeing none, appreciate your testimony. And Chairman Redmond, I didn't hear any negative testimony, so if you want to close, I guess get up there, but if not...
I'll support the motion.
Okay. So committee, again, the motion is to send Senate Bill 1285 to the House. Oh, Representative Birch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will support the motion, but I do want to, before this comes to before the floor of the House, I just want to, touch base with some folks, but I'll support moving this forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Representative Birch. Okay, so the motion is to send Senate Bill 1285 as amended to the House floor with a do pass recommendation. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay, motion carries.